What's up, everybody? This is the Sauced Man here, and today I'm bringing you guys another special episode of Act Man Rants. Drunk Man Rants. That's right. I have had a couple drinks today. This is my Spindrift mixed with vodka. It is mostly Spindrift. This is not mostly vodka. I'm not insane. You guys seem to like the Drunk Man Rant on Xbox couple weeks ago, so I thought, you know what, I went out again, might as well do another video. Now, I will say this video, spoilers, is about AI again. Now, for those of you who are tired of this subject, who want to move on, or who are maybe just exhausted by it, that's exactly how they want you to feel. They want you to be so tired, so exhausted that you can't put up a fight anymore. Now, I do understand if you want to click off this video and you don't want to watch it because you want something more cheery, uppity. Totally get it, man. But for the rest of us, yes, we are going to be diving into, let's just say, Sloppy Nadella has whipped up a cold, disgusting serving of sloppy seconds. He's out here again boasting about AI, and just as a side note, this issue of AI and its effect on people and society and the planet, it's much different than like any bad video game. It's even, I was gonna say it's even different than Black Ops 7, but Black Ops 7 uses AI, generative AI, so is it really? Anyways, this issue of AI's effect on our society and our planet is genuinely appalling because on a like realistic, grounded level, the shit that they're pushing for is making life worse for literally everybody. I think I made a comparison in one of my recent videos, and it's that these AI data centers basically function as the tree of might from Dragon Ball Z. That is, it's a seed that's planted in the earth, and it sucks all the nutrients, all the moisture, all the goodness, and it sucks all the life out of the planet and turns it into this edible fruit from which only the elites, only the billionaires can chew on, right? That's what AI is. I mean, that's the best analogy I can come up with for it. And so things are getting to a point where I feel like I'm just doing my civic duty, sir.
Just doing my civic duty, sir.
And I'm just doing my part to bully all these fucking tech CEOs who are trying to ruin everything, increase the cost of prices, and fuck us all over, okay? So, once again, I understand if you don't want to watch this type of video. I feel like I'm trying to do good by the world by making it and raise what meaningful resistance I can against this shit that's making all of our lives worse. What am I specifically talking about? Well, like I said, Sloppy Nadella is here to serve us another dish of his sloppy seconds. As we continue to expand our AI infrastructure, we're committed to being a good neighbor in the communities where we build and operate our data centers. That's funny. Today we're sharing new steps we'll take to partner with local communities across the US. So we're gonna dive into this post, and ladies and gentlemen, boy, is it a good one. This comes from Brad Smith, Vice Chair and President. Good you named yourself. Building community first AI infrastructure. I think philosophers would call this a contradiction. Community first AI infrastructure. Guys, we're poisoning the local water supply for the community. You guys don't know, but the increased electrical bills, it's good for you. It's good for you. Eat the slop. Eat it. Look, slop. Eat it. Eat it. Okay, but on the real, it's been proven that AI data centers impact the local environment. Hate to be that woke friend, but you know, I live in the Pacific Northwest. I very much value our beautiful, lush, local green environments, and I shudder to think at the thought that they're being sapped of all their nutrients and water and all this bullshit in order to feed these tech companies. Now, this is all, of course, besides the point that these AI data centers are ramping up the cost. Quadrupling the costs of essential PC components, essentially pricing you and me out of being able to enjoy the hobby of building our own PC. Who would want to do that? What are you, a nerd? What are you, a virgin? You don't have sex with women, you gaybo? That's besides the point. Here's an article from the Lincoln Institute of Land Policy. I don't know what this is, but that's a good name. A low hum emerges within a vast, dimly lit tomb whose occupant devours energy and water with a voracious, inhuman appetite. The beige, boxy data center is a vampire of sorts. Pallid, immortal, thirsty, sheltered from sunlight, active all night, and much like a vampire, at least according to folkloric tradition, it can only enter a place if it's been invited inside. In states and counties across the US, lawmakers aren't just opening the door for these metaphorical mechanical monsters, they're actively luring them in with tax breaks and other incentives, eager to lay claim to a new municipal revenues and a piece of the explosive growth surrounding artificial intelligence. That may sound hyperbolic, but data centers truly are resource ravenous. Even a mid-sized data center consumes as much water as a small town, while larger ones require up to 5 million gallons of water every day, as much as a city of 50,000 people. You know, when I heard about the Great Replacement Theory, I thought that was just all nonsense. But I'm starting to believe there was only one thing wrong with the Great Replacement Theory. It said they thought they were just going to replace white people. No, they're here to replace all of us. White, brown, black, Asian, tie-dye, all of us. A city of 50,000 people. The water that could go to a city of 50,000. No, send it to this AI data center so it can make inhuman monstrosities stolen from the art of other people. Yeah. Powering and cooling their rows of server stacks also takes an astonishing amount of electricity. A conventional data center think cloud storage for your work documents or streaming videos draws as much electricity as 10,000 to 25,000 households, according to the International Energy Agency. But a newer AI-focused hyperscale data center can use as much power as 100,000 homes or more. As I said before, I got some shit in the mail from my power company saying, hey, could you use less electricity this year? Another meta data center planned in Wyoming will use more electricity than every home in the state combined. Now, I don't care how many of you people talk shit about the state of Wyoming. I've been there. It is one of the most beautiful states in the United States. And just such a statement is beyond belief. Where are my Wyoming homies at, man? I went to the Grand Teton Parks. It was fucking amazing. Look, the point is the price to pay for these AI data centers is not one that we have the choice to make, and it's not worth it even if we had that choice. But there is yet hope. There is hope. For at least 25 data centers were canceled last year as communities organized and pushed back against them. That's 4 times as many as 2024. Let's fucking go, boys. That's another command post under creative control. Hostile AI forces are being depleted. And what's this? More good news? It ain't all doom and gloom, boys and girls. $98 billion in planned AI data center development was derailed in a single quarter last year by community organizing and pushback, according to Data Center Watch. More than all disruptions tracked since 2023. We don't want this bullshit. We don't want this bullshit until you can provide a realistic good, consumer good that I can consume with my money. Fuck off. Fuck off with this bullshit. And not just as a labor replacement tool. That's what a lot of people who haven't personally invested in these AI companies don't seem to realize, is that AI is a labor replacement tool. That's its true value. Microsoft? They've never laid anybody off. They're not trying to replace workers. I mean, look at Halo. Halo's been, ever since Microsoft got control of it, it's a fantastic franchise. Every entry a masterpiece. Absolutely nothing wrong with the Halo franchise. It's not like they have a running carousel of employees coming in and out. No, they've had a consistent... You get the idea. Microsoft doesn't give a shit about their workers or their employees. That's why they're so heavily focused on replacing them with AI. With all that being said, and as long as you're still with me in this drunk man rant, let's go back to Satya Nadella's Building Community First AI Infrastructure post. This year marks America's 250th year of independence. In celebration of that independence, we thought we'd just bend you over and one of the trends that has repeatedly shaped the nation's history is again in the news. As we're experiencing at Microsoft, AI is the latest in a long line of new technologies to require large-scale infrastructure development. So they're doing their best to tie like America declaring independence from the British monarchy as like what? Guys, we're an America First company. Microsoft today is launching a new initiative to build what we call community first infrastructure. I'm sure you are. A commitment to do this work differently than some others and to do it responsibly. This commits us to the concrete steps needed to be good neighbors in the communities where we build. Bro, you guys are fucking with me so hard. Oh, Dutch. It reflects our sense of civic responsibility as well as a broad and long-term view of what it will take to run a successful AI infrastructure business. In short, we will set a high bar. A high bar of shit from which you will need to have 10 years of consecutive non-stop diarrhea in order to build something taller than that. We're gonna make it so shitty you can't even climb over the pile of shit. It's like that scene in 300 where they build a wall of corpses. This is a wall of pig slop. And you might think I'm jumping the gun and I'm overreacting. No, just wait until you read this AI infrastructure plan. All right, let's get into this. So bullet point number 1, we'll pay our way to ensure our data centers don't increase your electricity prices. Thank you. Oh, Microsoft, you are so gracious.
Dear Microsoft, oh, you are so gracious.
I like that. So you're going to do this without raising my electrical prices. Because you're a bloodthirsty, soulless company, that means you are going to raise my electrical prices. Okay. You're going to pay utility rates that are high enough to cover your electricity costs. Bro, you don't even pay your employees. You don't even pay your... Collaborate with utilities on plans to add to the electricity we will need. Innovate to make our data centers more efficient. Advocate for public policies needed for affordable, reliable, and sustainable power. You ain't gonna do any of that shit, dog. Okay, so that first bullet point, all garbage. Number 2, we'll minimize our water use and replenish more of your water than we use. Remember that article like 10 minutes ago where it said it uses the electricity of 50,000 households, just one data center? What do you think the conversion rate is for water supplies? You ain't doing that shit. By the way, if you're ever in a business pitch and what someone is selling you, they're only selling you counter negatives, raise an eyebrow to that. Okay, what do I mean by counter negatives? What they're laying out in their sales pitch here is only how this is not going to make your life worse. Nothing in here is about how it's going to make your life better. Just how, no, you're just crazy. You're crazy. Gaslighting isn't real. This isn't going to make your life worse. Look at point number 3. We'll create jobs for your residents. Fucking Microsoft, the captain of the layoff brigade. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Wait, what did you had record-breaking layoff, like 5-figure layoffs the past 3 years consecutive? God, you suck. I hate. Oh. Since we know you are using AI as a labor replacement tool, you are not going to create new jobs. Also, do not let this man propagandize you. Fight data centers tooth and nail. Even one of Microsoft's own lawyers says no one wants data centers in their backyard and they don't bring jobs and don't bring benefits to the local communities. Her words. Watch the video. Okay.
And nobody really wants a data center in their backyard. I don't want a data center in my backyard. So you do get a lot of pushback and you need buy-in from the community because you have to get permits to do that work.
It's better I don't say anything. It's better that just leave a comment. Just leave a comment what you think about that.
And you have government officials that they are elected by the community. They certainly want to make their constituents happy. And so you in turn have to make their constituents happy so that you can still get your permit and you can still operate there.
Ah, yes, let's manipulate government officials to convince our constituents that they're gonna be happy with their poisoned water supply and their increased electrical bills. Yes, yes, I love it. I love it so much. I love paying more. I love spending more money on things. Can I just give you my wallet? Can you just mug me?
Data centers, once they are operational, don't bring a lot of jobs.
Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. Oh my God. Oh God, if Microsoft has one hater left, you will know I'm still alive.
They do on the construction side, but you're not really getting a ton of that community benefit from having a data center. Really, truly.
No, we're okay. Yeah, you know what? Microsoft lawyers make a pretty damn convincing argument there. Yeah. So this bullshit of creating jobs. All right. So that's nonsense. Invest in partner. Yeah. I mean, from their own lawyers' mouths, they don't create a lot of jobs. They don't create any jobs. Okay. We'll add to the tax base that funds local hospitals, schools, parks, and libraries. Okay. So this is the only. Wait. This is the only benefit. Aren't you already paying taxes? Don't you already have to pay taxes to fund local hospitals, schools, parks, and libraries? Oh, you mean you're gonna pay your taxes? You're gonna pay your taxes? Oh my God. Oh my God, I do that every year. Wow. Wow, this is sounding so great, guys. If they can build this AI data center, Microsoft is gonna pay their taxes. Can you fucking believe it? By the way, the reason I'm wearing this is because I take pride in the Pacific Northwest, and man, fucking Microsoft is an absolute shame, an absolute travesty to this area I grew up in. I know it was kind of a meme how much I mentioned it in the last video, but honest to God, man, fuck Microsoft, man. These guys fucking suck. They ruin everything, and they suck the life out of everything. And as long as I draw breath, I will not stop in bullying you until morale improves. So, point number 4. The only good thing you're gonna do is you promise to pay your taxes. Oh, wonderful stuff. Okay, so number 5, this is your last chance. Well, strengthen your community by investing in local AI training and nonprofits. Partner with schools, community colleges, and universities to provide AI training. No. Stick with me on this, millennials. But remember how your teacher used to tell you, like, you're not gonna have a calculator wherever you go in life. And then we ended up having a calculator everywhere we went. Criticize my grammar later. We have a calculator everywhere we go. However, the ability to do your basic multiplication tables or basic math, it stretches certain muscles in your brain. This is why AI is actually damaging to the brain, because you are not having to stretch those muscles yourself. It's kind of why older generations than us, who don't always just have, Google Maps to rely on, had a better sense of direction, because they had to figure out where they were supposed to go, as opposed to just like, oh, it says turn left here. It's kind of like that Michael Scott bit when he drives into a lake because the fucking robot told him to, right? So AI, and you've probably already seen posts of like Gen Zers being like, how do I write an essay without AI? It's a dumbification. People are getting stupider as a result of AI. They can't do the shit that we used to do, man. If you procrastinate that essay until the last like 2-3 hours, you gotta figure that shit out. You gotta throw that bullshit together. You gotta bullshit your way through life. Sometimes that's what we learned, right? It wasn't just, oh, I'll just type this into the AI and hope the teacher doesn't notice that it's AI. Because you don't even learn anything that way. You learn more by learning how to bullshit your way through it. As we launch this initiative, we think about it in the context of both the headlines of the day and the lessons from the past. Beginning in the 1770s, the country has advanced through successive eras built on huge infrastructure development based on canals, railroads, power plants, and the electrical grid, followed by the telephone system, highways, and airports. You have got to be out of your fucking mind to compare AI to any of those. You are not building infrastructure this is why I wore this hat, okay? Because the infrastructure that has been built by like a billionaire per se, Paul Allen, the Seahawks is a type of infrastructure. It's a type of community service. Pro sports teams are a type of community service. Here's this big stadium. Buy tickets, go enjoy the game, and live and be a real person with all these other real people. That's why I wore this hat. This is how I was going to tie it in. You are not building infrastructure that benefits the community. You are building infrastructure that steals from the community. This is why you need to fuck off. This is why we have to keep bullying you. This is why you've made me into some preachy fucking dork face wearing a Seahawks hat, man. You guys wanted another drunk video, I gave it to you, okay? I could keep going through this nonsense day in and day out. Every single day some new nonsense appears, and I'm just doing my best to fight against it, right? This shit goes on for way longer. Like, oh my god. Yeah, no, I can't. Just fuck you. Just fuck you and fuck. We only got to here, man. Fuck you and fuck off. You're full of bullshit, and I'm gonna keep calling it out. I apologize if this video was a bit preachy. I guess the point I wanted to make about like Seahawks and sports teams is that you know, Paul Allen as a billionaire actually built something and managed a team that directly benefited the community. So if you have an argument against Paul Allen as a billionaire, I'd love to hear it. But I really don't need to hear your argument against Satya Nadella, the billionaire. And that's just really the point I wanted to highlight at this stage of the video, is that they're not building beneficial infrastructure for the community, for society, for anybody except themselves. Did you like this video? Did I go too hard? Did I go not hard enough? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're tired of the Actman drunk rants, I understand. I think it's fun to kind of test out this type of content and just go unfiltered straight at it. So go Hawks! We're gonna beat the 49ers. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe to Actman TV for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Actman signing out. Peace.